peaceful, quiet days before the war. Morning, Mr. Pirovich.
Good morning.
Always the first one.
Let me tell you, it doesn't hurt to be early.
What, for, and why? Who sees you? Me. And who sees you? Or me? What does it get us? Can we give each other a raise? No. Do you know where I was last night? We were home soaking your feet, running my legs off from Mrs. Latte.
Baby, go look at the dressmaker.
And when I come back,
Baby, please make a panic at the tram store. Good morning.
Oh, good morning.
How's your boy?
Oh, he's much better. We call Dr. Hagenish.
Oh, he's a very expensive doctor.
Well, what can you do? I thought I'd cut back on my cigars for a few weeks.
Good morning.
Good morning, Ivona. It's a new silver fox. It's stunning.
Thank you.
It must have been pretty expensive.
It was. I hesitated a long time before I bought it. I said, no, I can't afford it. But still, I couldn't take my eyes off it. I said, no, I have no right.
and then he said, go on, take it.
Trying to be clever. Good morning.
Oh, good morning.
Peppy, go to the drugstore and get me a bicarbonate of soda.
What's the matter?
Do you feel well?
Oh, it's all right.
Ah, good morning, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Want to hear a joke?
No.
Ah, what's the matter with you folks? Not awake yet? I mean, look at me. I mean, I haven't slept half as much as you. Friends, Romans, and countrymen. To tell you the truth, I had quite a time last night.
We don't want to hear the poor girl's name.
Oh, Kralik, how was dinner last night?
Oh, yes. Kralik had dinner with the boss last night. Tell us all about it.
Are you a partner now, Mr. Crawler?
Oh, don't be funny.
How was it?
Oh, it was a lovely evening, and I enjoyed myself.
I bet the food was good.
You can imagine.
Tell me, is it true Mrs. Montrek had her face lifted?
Now, how could I know that?
How old did she look to you last night?
Well, 40-ish?
She had her face lifted.
I think Mrs. Montrek is a very charming woman.
Who said she isn't?
Don't make something out of it.
I never said Mrs. Montrek is not charming.
But I said she is. There's something wrong with that.
Now, cry. The food, it was good.
7 courses, not including hors d'oeuvres.
Were you sitting next to her?
I was. What do you think of that?
I bet you were brilliant.
Oh, no. I just sat still and tried to learn.
Your bicarbonate, mister.
Thanks, Peppy.
Bicarbonate?
Well, I had a little too much goose liver.
No, what's the matter? Wasn't it any good?
Now look here, Vanish. Did I make one derogatory remark about the goose liver?
No, not any.
Not one girl.
I merely said I had a little too much goose liver.
No, yes. A little too much goose liver.
That's right.
Morning, Mr.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Who put this pigskin suitcase in the window here?
I did, Mr. Matic.
Well, I guess it's all right.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Matic.
Pepe,
Yes, sir.
go across the street and get me some bicarbonate of soda.
Yes, sir. Here we are, Mr. Montek. Allow me to help you in. There we are, Mr. Montek. There we are.
Yes?
Do you want to hear something nice?
Oh, yes, what is it?
It's a letter from a girl. My heart was trembling as I walked into the post office. And there you were, lying in box 237. I took you out of your envelope and read you right there. Oh, my dear friend.
What is it?
Well, you see, I wanted to buy a set of encyclopedias.
Encyclopedias? What are you talking about?
You come to a time in your life when you get tired of going to cafes and dance halls every night. And you want to improve yourself. You want to learn something about art, history, literature, how people live in Brazil.
But tell me, what does this have to do with the list?
Well, you know I can't afford a new set of encyclopedias. Well, and I was reading through the paper and got on the wrong page and came across this ad. Wait a minute, I have it right here. Here, read that.
Modern girl wishes to correspond on cultural subjects with intelligent, sympathetic young man. Address, dear friend, post office box 237. Ah, yes, I know these ads. The papers are full of them. Now tell me, how long has this been going on?
We've exchanged 4 letters.
Oh, 4 letters.
And she's no ordinary girl. Now, listen to this. Are you tall? Are you short? Are your eyes blue? Are they brown? Don't tell me. What does it matter so long as minds like ours meet?
Well, that's beautiful.
It is, isn't it? Now, wait a minute. We have enough troubles in our daily lives. There are so many great and beautiful things to discuss in this world of ours. It would be wasting precious moments if we told each other the vulgar details of how we earn our daily bread. So don't let's do it.
Kralik! I can buy 24 of these cigar boxes from Mikolas Brothers. I think it's wonderful. Tell me what you think.
No, Mr. Matichek. This isn't for us.
But you haven't even opened it. It plays Ochichornia.
Even if it played Beethoven's Ninth Symphony, I'd still say no. I just don't like the idea of it.
I think it's wonderful how you make up your mind so fast. I've been in the business for 30 years. Took me a whole hour to decide I like this box. But of course you're a genius. Mr. Vaughn.
Yeah?
Miss Novotny.
Yes, Mr. Malchek?
Tell me what you think of this box. Don't let me influence you. I want your honest opinion.
I think people who smoke cigars and like to listen to Ochichornia will love it.
Now, I would go even further. I think it would make music lovers out of cigar smokers and cigar smokers out of music lovers. Sir, it is sensational.
Yes. Well, Mr. Kralik, have you thought it over?
Yes, and I still think it's inadvisable.
Well, give me one good reason.
Mr. Martin, let's say a man smokes 5 cigars a day. That means that 5 times a day, he has to open this box. And 5 times a day, he has to listen to Ochichornia. It's a perfectly terrible idea. Besides, it's imitation leather, the glue's no good. In 2 weeks, it'll fall apart, and all you'll have is Ochichornia.
You don't need to tell me it's imitation leather. I know that. You do the selling and let me do the buying.
Good morning, Matichek and Company. Mr. Matichek, Mikolas Brothers about the cigar box.
Ah, hello, Mr. Mikolas. Yes. Well, could I have a few more minutes to think it over? Oh, no, it's not the price. I'm just not quite sure about the whole idea. Yes. What? Mr. Mikolas! You can't expect me to make up my mind in 5 minutes! If that's the way it's gonna be, I'm gonna have to say no goodbye!
Good morning, madam.
Good morning.
A lovely bag, isn't it?
Yes, I really didn't come here to buy a bag.
Oh, I beg your pardon. What can I show you?
To be honest, I didn't come here to buy anything.
Oh, well, that's all right. If you wish to just look around, please, make yourself at home.
Yes, thank you. I wonder if I can see Mr. Matichek?
Unfortunately, Mr. Matichek is quite busy at the moment. I could call him if you wanted me to.
That'd be wonderful. Thank you.
Actually, if you tell me your wishes, perhaps I can take care of them.
Well, I noticed in your shop window that you were having a summer sale.
Ah, yes. Everything in the shop is marked down 25%. Some articles even more. Take this compact, for instance. Yesterday, you couldn't get it for a penny less than $3.95. Today, it's $2.90.
Yes, that's a great bargain.
Everything in the shop is a bargain today.
I imagine you'll be doing big business?
Oh yes, you were very wise to come early. It'll be such a rush, we won't be able to help all the customers.
Maybe you should take on some extra help.
We probably will.
Maybe you could use me. I'm looking for a job.
That wasn't very nice. Letting me go through the whole routine.
I'm terribly sorry. I didn't mean to. Could you help me get a job here?
I'd like to, but there's no opening.
But you just told me that you needed some extra people because of the rush.
Look around for yourself. You can see what kind of business we're doing here.
May I tell you my qualifications?
Good morning, madam.
Good morning. How much is that bag in the window? The one that says $2.95?
$2.95.
Oh, no.
Oh, if I could do anything for you, I'd do it.
I have experience.
I know the situation. There's no
I worked
chance.
for 2 years at Blaskin Company and 4 months at Whiskey Brothers.
Even if you'd worked at Mince and Kramer.
I did. I took care of the finest clientele.
Well, we don't deal with that class here. We have middle class trade. What kind of trade do you think they have?
They take me back now.
Then why don't you go back?
That's another story.
If it were up to me, I'd put you to work, but I'm not the boss.
Then why didn't you let me see him?
He's in sort of a bad mood today.
I'll take my chances. Maybe I can cheer him up.
Look, young lady, I've worked at Modicek and Company for 9 years, and I know Mr. Modicek inside and out. I can predict his every reaction. I can tell you word for word exactly what he'd say.
Pardon me, Mr. Kralik.
Excuse me.
That's all right.
So you think you know every thought of mine, even before I thought of it? You're not only a genius, you're a mind reader.
Mr. Modicek.
Oh, never mind. Good morning, madame.
Good morning.
But please, have a seat. I don't know what your problem is, but I can assure you that the word impossible is not in the vocabulary of Modicek and Company.
I'm so happy to hear you say that.
Oh, I mean it.
Excuse me.
Yes.
I was at Boston Company.
No, you'll find much better things in my shop.
No, I mean, I worked there. I'm looking for a job.
What? No, that's impossible.
But-
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm very busy today. Goodbye.
I'm afraid you're just wasting your time.
But I've got to have a job.
Have you tried Baum's department store?
Every entrance.
Kralik!
Just a minute, Mr. Modicek. Oh, I don't know what to tell you. Maybe after inventory.
When will that be?
In a week or so.
Kralik!
Just a minute, Mr. Modicek.
May I leave my address?
If we need anybody, you'll be the first one.
My name is Clara Nova, on the street 42. If you need me in a hurry, call 246-422. It's the grocery store downstairs. Ask for Joanna and tell her you have a business message for Clara.
Business message for Clara. Yes, I have that. Yes, Mr. Modicek.
Kralik, why did you put me in front of that, in the whole thing in front of the shop there?
I'm sorry, sir, but it wasn't my fault.
Well, whose fault was it? Mine?
Yes.
Mr. Kralik, you've been acting very strangely lately. I tried to show my appreciation for you. I invite you to my house.
I'm very grateful, sir.
Well, you have a strange way of showing it. You know how much I value your opinion, but on every occasion you've contradicted me. You always say no, Mr. Modicek.
Well, from now on, it'll be yes, Mr. Modicek. Yes, Mr. Modicek. Certainly, Mr. Modicek. Yes, Mr. Modicek. Yes, Mr. Modicek.
That was a great party last night, wasn't it?
Yes, Mr. Modicek.
I should certainly enjoy myself, didn't you?
Yes, Mr. Modicek.
That poem you wrote in Mrs. Modicek's guest book, did you make it up yourself?
It was sort of half-half. Half Shakespeare, half me. I just changed the last line to make it rhyme with Modicek, that's all.
Mr. Modicek, I found the price of the cigar boxes. What price shall I
I
quote?
think we bought it for $2.45 and
Yes.
we get 5%.
Mr. Modicek, please, let me take care of this. Look, there's no use waiting now. Believe me, if there's an opening, you will be the first.
Pardon me, madame. Would you buy a box like that?
Mr. Modicek, I couldn't afford to buy anything at the moment.
Oh, no, I want your opinion. Your honest opinion. Don't let me influence you.
Why, yes, I think it's lovely.
Why?
Why? Because I think it's romantic.
What's romantic about it?
Well, I don't know. It reminds me of moonlight, cigars, music.
That's the woman's point of view.
Yes, Mr. Modicek.
Mr. Monachek?
Yes, miss.
No. How much are you selling it for?
I think it's $4.25. Yes, $4.25.
That's a bargain. That's a real bargain. Good morning, Marianne. A lovely box, isn't it?
Oh yes, it's the candy box, isn't it?
Yes, and a very unusual one. May I open it for you?
That's Ochichonia. It's a very popular classic.
No, that would never do. Where do people get ideas like that? I couldn't buy that. Too silly.
I know just what you mean. Yet some customers like it for the very thing you object to. We've sold quite a few.
Really?
Yes, there's no denying that we all have a weakness for candy. I don't mean to say anything against candy, no. I only mean that sometimes we can overdo it a little.
I suppose so.
Madam, have you any idea how many pieces of candy you eat a day?
No, I never gave it a thought.
Well, we pick up a piece of candy absentmindedly, and then we pick another, and then a few more. Before we know it, we've gained a few pounds. That's when our troubles begin. Massages, electric cabinets.
Oh, I know it.
Now this little box is a little reminder. Whenever the little tinkling song goes off, it's a reminder, too much candy. Now be careful.
How much is it?
$5.95. Reduced from $6.90. It's a real bargain.
I'll take it.
What do you think of that, Mr. Kralik?
Well, I think people that like to smoke candy and listen to cigars will want it. Good morning, Mr. Peerage.
Oh, good morning.
I've got a big dinner date tonight.
Oh, with the boss?
No, he never invites me out anymore. How do you figure him anyway?
I don't know. He's certainly very hard to deal with.
I hope he's in a better mood today. He better be, because I'm gonna ask him for a raise.
Oh, raise.
Peerovich, do you mind if I ask you a personal question?
No, go ahead.
Suppose a fellow like me wants to get married.
Married? That's so great. I'm so happy for you. It's the best thing they could ever have. Now tell me, who's the girl?
Peerovich, I said suppose. I said a fellow like me. I didn't say me. But really, how much does it cost you to live? You and Mrs. Peerovich, leaving out the children.
No, like idiots.
Well, let's say temporarily. How much does it cost?
Well, it could be done.
Yeah.
Yes, and quite nicely. Naturally, you can't be extravagant.
Yeah, suppose a fellow wants an apartment with 3 rooms. Dining room, living room, bedroom.
3 rooms? 3 rooms? What do you need 3 rooms for? You live in the bedroom.
Where do you eat?
In the kitchen. You get a nice big kitchen.
Where do you entertain?
Entertain? What are you, an ambassador? Let me tell you, if someone's really your friend, they come after you.
All right.
Good morning.
Oh, good morning.
How's your office, Rich?
Oh, she's my... Oh, no, I forgot to call Dr. Hegedus.
Is something serious with your wife?
No, she couldn't be better.
Then why do you want to call him?
If I don't call him, he'll come. Ah, I hope it's not too late.
Novak?
Yes, Mr. Kralik?
I noticed that yesterday you came to work in a white blouse with red dots.
No, Mr. Kralik. As usual, you're mistaken. It was red with white dots. Everybody else thought it was very becoming. I don't remember remarking about your neckties. If you think I couldn't say anything about your neckties, just ask Mr. Vadish. My blouse is none of your business.
Well, Mr. Matichek seems to think it's my business.
That's right. I'm working under you. Every morning I'll call you and describe what I'm going to wear. When I select my next wardrobe, my dressmaker will give you the samples. Imagine you dictating what I should wear.
Look, I don't care what you wear. If you want to look like a pony in the circus, well, that's all right with me. I have more important things than your blouse coming between me and Mr. Matichek.
I worked as much as anybody for yesterday. For a rainy Monday, 3 weeks before Christmas. 95 Pengo. 50 isn't bad. Did you tell him that?
Yes.
And what did he say?
Not to come in that blouse.
Tell him I won't.
I will.
Well, I caught him just in time. Saves me 5 pengo, and that comes when you're married.
Kirovich, is this tie all right to wear to work?
Oh yes, it's quite alright. Now tell me, Kai, who's the girl?
Well, you remember that girl I was corresponding with?
Oh yes, on the cultural side.
Yeah, well, after a while, we got onto the subject of love. Well, naturally at a very cultural level.
Well, what else can you do now?
She is the most wonderful person in the world.
Now tell me, Kai, is she pretty?
She just has such ideals, such viewpoints on things. She's so far above all the other girls you meet these days. And there's no comparison.
So not so very pretty.
Oh, don't say that.
Oh no, I'm so sorry, Kai. You like her, and that's all that matters.
Well, I hope I like her.
What do you mean you hope you like her? You love a girl, and you don't know if you like her.
Oh, that's just the question. I haven't met her yet.
You haven't met her?
I keep postponing it and postponing it. I'm afraid, Pirovich. I mean, she thinks I'm the most wonderful person in the world, and after all, she might be disappointed.
Well, there's a chance.
And on the other hand,
You might be disappointed.
I don't dare think about that. Pirovich, you ever get a bonus?
Yes. Once.
Well, yeah, the boss hands you the envelope and you don't want to open it. I mean, as long as the envelope's closed, you're a millionaire. You keep postponing that moment, but you can't postpone it forever. I'm meeting her tonight, 8:30 in a cafe.
That carnation?
Yeah. I'm wearing one on my lapel, and she's gonna have one as a bookmark in Tolstoy's Anna Karenina.
Well, I'm sure she'll be beautiful.
Oh no, not too beautiful. I mean, what chance would a fellow like me have?
What do you want, a homely girl?
No, just a lovely average girl. And that's all I want.
Oh, thank you, my good man. Good morning, everybody. Oh, yeah, keep the change. Send your boy to college. Good morning, Mr. Montag.
Good morning, Mr. Morning.
This window looks terrible. There isn't a shop on the street that doesn't look any worse. We'll stay after working hours and clean it all up.
I'll have to get out of it somehow.
Why? You haven't got a chance.
But I have an engagement tonight at 8:30 and I have to go home and change. Did you notice the red blouse I wore yesterday?
With the white dots? I thought it was simply stunning.
I'm so glad. I'm planning on wearing it tonight.
Hello? Hi, Emma. No, I didn't see you this morning. Did you have fun? Yes, well, that's all that matters. What? 1,000 Pengo? But only last Monday I gave you. No, I'm not complaining. It's just a lot of money. Yes, well, I'll send it over right away. Yes, goodbye.
Mr. Monticek, I'd like to talk to you for a moment.
It's important.
It's important to me.
It's important to Monticek and Company.
No, not exactly.
Well then, I'm afraid you'll have to come back some other time. I'm very busy today.
I beg your pardon, sir.
What is it?
For the last several days, your attitude towards me seems to have changed. And
Has it?
yes, it has, and really. I'm completely at a loss. I mean, I do all my work.
And you get paid for it?
Yes.
Every month?
Yes, sir.
Well then everything seems to be in order then.
Yes, sir. I'm not going to stand for this much longer. What does he want from me? Why does he always pick on me?
He picks on me too. You know, the other day he said, Mr. Pirovich, you're an idiot. And what could I do? I said, yes, Mr. Martin, I'm an idiot. No, I'm no fool. You know, maybe he has business troubles or maybe he has trouble with his wife.
Is that true, Pirovich? Is he having trouble with his wife?
I don't know. It's none of my business. Hey, what are you doing? I'm talking to Granik. Stop listening. I don't know anything. Oh, Granik. Don't be impulsive. Not at a time like this. Not when millions of people are out of here.
I can get a job anywhere.
Can you? Let's be honest.
I'll have to take a chance. I'm no coward. I'm not afraid.
Well, I am. I have a family.
Well, I haven't.
Listen, Granik. Those were nice letters, weren't they?
Mr. Charlie, do you think I have to work tonight? After all, I am only a child.
No, Peppy. You can go home.
Do you really mean it?
Yeah, I'll straighten it out.
Thanks, Mr. Watson.
May I help you?
No, thank you.
I put all the important bags over there on the shelf. Is that how you wanted it? I'd appreciate it if you tell me if there's anything wrong.
Since when have you become interested in my opinions?
I want to please Mr. Pollock. I'm working under you.
Oh, you don't have to keep harping on that.
I didn't mean it in that way at all. Regardless of what people think of you. I believe that anybody who works with you and doesn't get a great deal out of it is just plain stupid.
What do you mean?
I mean, since you asked, no matter what anybody else says, I think you're a gentleman.
Well, no, I try to be.
You have no idea what that means to a working girl. What a girl has to go through in some shops. Take, for instance, when I was with older brothers and sons. The sons were all right, but oh, the brothers! Mr. Carl, that's why I liked you so much. When you say, Miss Snowbird, let's go in the back and put some bags on the shelf. You really want to put some bags on the shelf. And that's my idea of a gentleman.
Well, I just don't believe in mixing bags and pleasure.
Mr. Carl,
Yes, Miss Novak.
about that blouse.
Oh, I'm sorry, but I had to do that.
No, I want to thank you after thinking it all over. Oh, you were so right. That blouse was just awful.
Oh, no, not awful.
Yes, I wouldn't admit it at the time, but what women would. Women hate to admit we were wrong.
Oh, Miss Novak, this is the first time you've shown a little sense. Quite a change in you. If you keep this up, we'll get along quite nicely.
Thank you, Mr. Carl.
That's all right.
I was planning to wear that awful blouse tonight. I have a date with...
Tonight? Didn't you hear what Mr. Monticek said? We have to redecorate the window tonight.
I almost forgot. Would it be possible, do you think that you could spare me and then maybe Mr. Monticek could let me off?
So that's why I'm a gentleman. That's why you've learned from me now.
I don't understand.
That was such an obvious trick. I almost fell for it too.
Mr. Carlick, I have to.
For the last 6 months, you have just antagonized me.
You haven't been very nice to me either. Whatever I do, it's wrong. If I arrive a package, it's not right. If I give any suggestions, and some of them are very good, you don't listen. Everything has to be done exactly your way. And then you don't like it. When I first came to this shop, I was full of life and enthusiasm. And now, I'm nothing. You're a dictator, that's what you are. Any day now, I may be in a position where...
For the last 5 years, he has been our first salesman. We have found him reliable, efficient, and resourceful. We can recommend him without reserve. He carries with him our best wishes for success and future career. Hugo March.
I don't understand. There's no reason. Well, that's one of the wonderful things about being the boss. You don't have to have a reason.
You're not going?
No, Mr. Martin, no. I couldn't face her tonight. I mean, this morning I had a job, a position, a future. I'm afraid I exaggerated in my letters a little bit. She's expecting to meet a pretty important man. I'm in no mood to act important tonight.
Well, Mr. Kralik, I think I speak for all of us when I say this is a shock and a surprise. We all feel we are losing a splendid fellow worker and a great friend, and we wish you success in the future which you so rightfully deserve.
Modish.
No, Grant. You know, this isn't goodbye. If you ever have a night with nothing to do, you know where we live.
All right. Goodbye, Peter. Bye. Alon, I'm gonna miss you.
I don't understand.
Well, it happens every day. I mean, someone gets fired. Goodbye, Alona.
Goodbye, Mr. Collins.
Flora, you'll notice when you go through my sales book that I canceled slip number 5, but I deducted it from the total. If I had anything to do with you not getting the evening off, I'm terribly sorry.
No, I feel responsible for this whole thing. Believe me, I'm sorry too.
That's all right.
It's true, we didn't get along.
No?
I guess we fought a lot, but losing a job at a time like this is something you don't wish.
On your worst enemy?
I did not say that, Mr. Pollock.
Oh, well, let's not fight again.
Good night.
Good night.
Hello. Oh, you have? Yes, well, we'll come over right away. Yes, I'll meet you here. Goodbye. You may all go home. We'll redecorate tomorrow. Good night.
Excuse me. Good night.
Hello, Mrs. Hodges? Yes, this is Mr. Pirovich, Mr. Kralik. Yes, I know he's not there yet. But can you tell him that when he gets there, we're not having work today and I'm coming over? Yes, thank you very much. Thank you. Oh, Mr. Maticek, I hope you don't mind. I figured he was feeling pretty low tonight and I thought...
You don't need to explain. What you do after working hours is your business.
Thank you so much. You haven't changed your mind by any chance.
Pirovich, you got the evening off. Go home.
He was your best employee.
I warn you, Mr. Pirovich.
His whole life he lived in the shop. He was like a son to you. You loved him so much. You invited him to your home over and over again.
Pirovich, you want to keep your job, don't you?
Yes, Mr. March. I have a family and children.
I suggest you mind your own business and go home.
Yes, Mr. March.
Good evening, Mr. Malachek.
Please, have a seat. So is it true?
I'm afraid so, Mr. Malachek. Here we have a complete report from our operatives. Two of our most reliable men. Report on Mrs. Emma Malachek. On December 2nd, Mrs. Malachek left her residence on Vale Street at 10:07 p.m. She walked 2 blocks up to Calder Street where she engaged a taxi. At 10:33, the taxi stopped at the corner of Chanter and Bralter Street. There, Mrs. Malachek was joined by a young man. Your suspicion was right, Mr. Malachek. Both our operatives identified him later as Mr. Horbus.
Yes.
Danube Place 7, Fairness Worthless.
Well, if you send me your bill, I'll be glad to pay it.
Thank you, Mr. Manager. Good evening.
Hello?
Hello, Mrs. Matichik. No, this is Mrs. Kozik speaking. Who? Pepe? No, Pepe isn't back yet. Oh, I see. He did some errands for you. He forgot to pick up a bottle of perfume at Chabot's. Oh, isn't that too bad? Yes, I'll give a good scolding to the little rascal. Have a good time, Mrs. Matichik. Goodbye.
Mr. Montague, no!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Farkos, the best cafe in Budapest.
No, right. I really think you should go and keep your date.
No, just do me a favor and deliver my note. And, Pierre, don't tell me what she looks like. If she's pretty, it'll be very hard. And if she's bad looking, I had enough bad news today.
All right, I'll deliver the note. Now, what's the name of the book?
Anna Karenina by Tolstoy.
Anna Karenina by Tolstoy. Okay.
Can you see anything?
Oh yes, I see a very beautiful girl.
Really?
Oh yes, very beautiful. But no book.
No book.
Let's see. I think I see it.
Yeah?
Yes. Anna Karenina by Tolstoy.
Yeah, that's right.
Eh? And the red carnation too.
Well, can you see her?
I can't see her face. She has a cup of coffee. She's taking a piece of cake. She's dunking.
Why shouldn't she dunk?
Okay. Let me see. I think she's turning around.
Yeah?
Kralik, I see you.
Is she pretty?
Well, I would say she has a little bit of the coloring of Clara.
Clara, Miss Novak from the shop?
Well, you have to admit that Miss Novak, she's a very attractive woman. Personally, I've always found her quite likable.
This is a fine time to bring up Miss Novak. Well, if you don't like Miss Novak, I have a feeling you're not going to like this girl.
Why not?
Because it is Miss Novak. So should I deliver the letter?
No.
What are you going to do? Just make the poor girl wait?
For the last 6 months, she has fought with me, made my life miserable. Why shouldn't she wait?
But granted, she wrote those letters.
I know. My misfortune. Goodbye, Peerage.
Good night, Ted.
Excuse me, miss. I have his chance.
Oh, no, I'm expecting somebody. He should be here any minute.
That's right. Carnation, ah. A few months ago, we had a case with Rose. Turned out very nice, very nice. But once, a few days ago, we had a very sad case with gardenias. She waited all night and nobody came. And that night, when we cleaned out the cafe, under one of the tables, we found another gardenia. Imagine, he must have walked in, taken one look at her, said "Fooey," and threw away his gardenia.
It's our popular class. My own says 827 and yours says 831.
Listen, you have nothing to worry. A pretty girl like you, if he doesn't come, I'll put on a carnation myself. Swiss.
Good evening, Miss Novak.
Good evening, Mr. Pollock.
It's quite a coincidence. I had an appointment here, too. You haven't seen Mr. Peerovich by chance.
No, I haven't.
Well, I think I'll wait. Mind if I sit down?
Yes, I do. You know, I have an appointment too, Mr. Pollock.
Yes. Well, your friend sure seems to be a little bit late.
And I'd like you not to be sarcastic. I know you've had a bad day and you're feeling very bitter. Still.
Bitter? Me? About leaving Monotech and Company? What? When I got home and sat next to the phone, within 5 minutes, I had what amounts to 2 offers.
I congratulate you. I wish you good luck.
I see you're reading Anna Karenina.
Yes. Now, do you mind?
Oh, no, not at all. I just didn't expect to find you in a cafe with Tolstoy, that's all. I didn't know you cared for high literature.
There are many things you don't know about me, Mr. Crawley.
Have you read Dostoevsky's Crime and Punishment?
No, I haven't.
Well, I have. There may be many things you don't know about me, Miss Novak. You know, there may be many things you don't know about each other. People seldom go to the trouble of scratching the surface of things to find the inner truth.
You know, Mr. Crawley, I really wouldn't care to scratch your surface. Because I know exactly what I find. Instead of a heart, a handbag. Instead of a soul, a suitcase. And instead of an intellect, a cigarette lighter. Which doesn't work.
Miss Novak, that's very nicely put. Comparing my intellect to a cigarette lighter that doesn't work? Yeah, that's a very interesting mixture of poetry and meanness.
Meanness? Let me...
No, Miss Novak, don't misunderstand me. I'm only trying to pay you a compliment.
You know, Mr. Pollock, I have an appointment.
Well, if your party doesn't show up, would you mind...
No, my party will show up, so you don't have to entertain me.
All right. Have you read Zola's Madame Bovary?
Madame Bovary is not by Zola.
Mr. Kralik, why are you still here? Are you deliberately trying to spoil my evening?
Why do you hate me so much?
Well, I don't.
I suppose you adore me.
Why should I adore you? What have you done to make me love you?
I don't want you to love me.
I don't. reminds me of?
Yes, thank you. 2 dozen unsold cigarettes.
No, wrong again. It reminds me of a girl out of a job. A very nice girl too, I thought.
How could you think that? How can you lie?
Well, that was before you started making fun of me and giving imitations of me in the locker room. I'd like to take this moment to inform you, Miss Novak, that I do not walk like a duck. I am not bow-legged.
Aren't you?
No, I'm not.
Well, I have information to the contrary. Mr. Vodich assured me that you have the trousers especially.
That's a lie. I've never been to a tailor in my life. You may have beautiful thoughts, Miss Novak, but you sure hide them. You're gonna have a hard time getting a man to fall in love with you.
So, no man can fall in love with me. Mr. Kralik, you're getting funnier every moment. I could show you letters that would open your eyes. No, you probably wouldn't understand what's in them. They're written by a type of man so far superior to, it isn't even funny. I have to laugh when I think of it.
Good night, Miss Novak.
Good night.
Enjoy the treats and great one love it.
You'll be all right, Mr. Monticelli. Just make sure you take it easy for a while.
Doctor, I would say it was a nervous breakdown. What do you think?
It appears to be an acute epileptoid manifestation and a panphobic melancholia with indication of a neurasthenia corpus.
Is that more expensive than a regular nerve breakdown?
Pardon me, Mr. Katsona, but precisely what position do you hold with Panasonic and Company?
I would describe myself as a contact man. See, I keep contact between Monachek and the customers on a bicycle.
You mean an errand boy?
Doctor, did I call you a pill peddler?
How is he?
Oh, Lester, thank you for your splendid reaction to my call.
Is it serious?
Oh, it's shock. I don't know how I'm gonna get over it. But let's keep this in strict confidence between me, you, and Mr. Monachek. This way, please.
Hello, Kralik. Thank you so much for coming. Please sit down. Kralik, remember last time I invited you to my house? I said by Christmas time, I might take it easier and let you be manager of the shop. Well, now I have to take it easier. Would you like to work for me again?
No, Mr. Monticelli. Please, don't even think about it.
Is it possible I ever distrusted you? I just couldn't stand your presence anymore. That's how far jealousy can drive a man.
How could you suspect me, sir?
You had been the only person who had been to my house and gave my wife flowers.
That was just...
Oh, you don't need to explain. It's just to try to understand.
I do understand, sir.
Here are the keys to Monachek and Company.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Monticelli, I will make sure that this is the biggest Christmas in Monticelli and Company history.
No, I don't doubt it will be. Goodbye. Oh, and Kralik, now that you're manager of the shop, if you want to give yourself a raise.
Well, I'll talk it over with myself, and if I don't want too much money, I'll give it to myself. Thank you, Mr. Monticelli.
Yes,
Goodbye.
goodbye. Peppy, I don't know how to thank you.
Don't mention it. Still just a pleasure. Well, if you need anything else, I'm just an errand boy at Monachek and Company.
In other words, you're saying you want to be a clerk?
I wouldn't put it that brutally.
Well, when I start feeling better...
Well, Mr. Monachek, you're a very sick man. Who knows how much longer you have to stay here, and besides, you might change your mind.
Oh, Peppy, you're a clerk. Now get out of here.
Thanks, Mr. Monachek.
morning, everyone.
Good morning,
Colin.
Colin. I think I speak for all of us when I say heartiest congratulations. Wow, what a load off my mind. We're all one little happy family now. You can be assured of my cooperation to the fullest extent. I want you to be a great success. And from now on, you'll be going to the office, right?
That's right.
Ah, if anyone deserved it, it's you, my boy. Oh, and by the way, I had some sensational new ideas about that window display.
Oh, well, thank you, Bodish, but, I think we can handle the window display.
Quite all right.
Right now, I'd like for you to go back into the storage room and, you know those big black suitcases?
On the top shelf.
That's right. And you know those suitcases on the bottom shelf?
The brown ones.
That's right. Well, I want you to take the big black suitcases from the top shelf and move them to the bottom. Take the big brown suitcases from the bottom shelf and move them to the top.
Thank you, sir.
Hello, this is the Atlas Employment Agency. This is Mr. Katona of Maracek and Company speaking. We have an opening for a new errand boy. Now, look here. I would like good educated, healthy boys, good looking, no bad habits. Send 4 or 5. Right away, if you please. Tell them to look for Mr. Katona, Sales Department. All right, thank you very much. What's the matter, folks? Haven't you seen a clerk before?
Who made you clerk?
Who did this dreadful thing? Now, I can't give you the whole story. I am held up as a word of honor, but let's say that if it wasn't for me, this place would have been closed on account of nervous breakdown, and all of you would have been out of your jobs. Martin Company, good morning. Oh, hello, Mrs. Maracek. Yes, this is Pepe speaking. Oh, I forgot to bring you the bottle of perfume. That's too bad. Well, you're not gonna get it. What do you say that, Mrs. Maracek? Your perfume days are over. Yes, Mrs. Maracek, this is Pepe speaking. Oh, you'd like to talk to Mr. Maracek? Well, that's too bad, because right now he's up in a balloon with Miss Novotny. That got her. Draw your own.
Hello? Yes, Joanna? Oh, you're calling for Miss Novak. Well, what's the matter with her? I hope it's not too serious. Oh, fine, I'm glad to hear that. Well, tell her not to worry. Unless she's absolutely all right, tell her not to come into work today. No, there's no hurry here. All right, thank you, Joanna. Goodbye.
Really, Rob, that is a wonderful attitude.
Well, what's so wonderful about it?
Oh, I've been around, I've had my eyes open. And if there was anyone who didn't agree with you, it was Miss Novak.
Just leave Miss Novak out of this.
No, don't get me wrong. I don't mean anything against Miss Novak. I think she's a wonderful girl. I just mean sometimes she wouldn't listen too far.
Not another word about Miss Novak. She's a fine girl, a hard worker, and a good sales girl, so just be quiet. Good morning, Miss Novak. I suppose you're surprised to see me here.
Naturally, I'm glad you have your job back. I congratulate you.
I hear you haven't been feeling well.
Yes, that's all right. I'd like to see Mr. Monchek.
Well, here he is. I'm Mr. Monchek.
Please, Mr. Pollock, no jokes today.
I don't know what to say. I'm just trying to tell you that Mr. Monchek's not here and I'm the manager.
Can't you see I'm not feeling well? I can barely see straight because everything is just going round and round.
I ask you one simple question, and instead of any consideration...
Excuse me. Yes. Oh, Mr. Foldens. What, thank you very much.
What, you said for gaming chicks?
Yes, it all happened this morning. That's right. No, Mr. Mondercheck won't be with us for a while.
Mr. Kralik, don't please make the call at 50.
Now, Mr. Foldens, please. I don't own the shop yet. I'm only the manager. All right. Goodbye, Mr. Foldens. Thank you. Miss Novak! Someone get us some water. Are you all right?
I'm fine.
Oh, are you sure you're all right? Christmas is coming soon, and we'll miss a good worker like you in the shop.
I'll be all right in a day or two.
That doesn't mean you should neglect yourself. I'm very serious about all of this. After all, I do feel responsible for the whole thing.
You?
Yes.
No, Mr. Kralik, I think I can really do mine. Unfortunately, it's a much bigger problem.
Shouldn't you call a doctor?
No, I don't need to see a doctor. My problem is what one might call psychological. It's my own personal problem, and I'll come out of it.
It's a shame you have to go through all of this. I'm very sorry. But as long as it's only psychological, you ain't...
Only psychological. Mr. Kralik, it's true we're in the same room. We're not on the same planet.
Miss Novak, even though I am the victim of your remark, I must admire your exquisite way of expressing yourself. You sure know how to put a man in this planet. Special delivery for Miss Clara. I hope it's good news.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate you for so much concern.
Go ahead and read the note. Don't mind me. I have nothing to do.
If you don't mind.
No, not at all. Good news?
Great news! I can promise I'll be back to work tomorrow, and I'll be on my toes. I'll sew more handbags and wallets than ever before.
Oh, that is quite a change in you, Miss Novak. It's amazing what one letter can do.
You know, Mr. Kralik, if I weren't feeling so happy right now, I'd be very irritated with you.
With me? Why?
Why? Because you nearly spoiled everything last night. My friend did come to the cafe. He saw us in the window and just misunderstood.
You thought you and I were friends?
He must have. Listen, tell me and be frank. I think you owe it to me. Who is this very attractive young man? He's just the type women fall for.
Oh, I'm sorry I put you through all of this.
It's all right. I'll straighten it out. It won't hurt him to be a little jealous.
He doesn't seem like much of a man. This friend of yours, I mean, just walks away afraid when another man is at the table.
No, Mr. Kralik, I can assure you, he's not afraid. He's tactful, he's sensitive. He's not the type of man to come up to a table uninvited. It's hard to explain a man like him to a man like you, where you would say black, he says white. When you say ugly, he says beautiful. And when you say old maid, he says eyes that sparkle with fire and mystery, vivacious, fascinating. I remind him of gypsy music. Speaking of gypsy music, we've had a hard time selling those Ochichori boxes, haven't we?
Oh, that doesn't make any difference now.
You can consider one box sold. Yes, I just had an inspiration. I'll give one to my friend for Christmas.
Oh, no, Miss Novak, you're taking an awful chance. Why don't you get him a wallet? I'm sure he'd be crazy about a wallet. Any man would be. I mean, a wallet is practical. Besides, we have those imported pigskins.
No, I'm not interested.
Well, I could quote you a special price.
No, sorry.
Well, besides being a practical thing, a wallet is quite romantic. On one side, you can have your last letter. On the other side, you can have a picture of you. And every time he opens the wallet, there you are. And that is all the music he wants.
Why, Mr. Kralik, you surprised me. No, just the same, I'm gonna give him a cigar box.
Well, then I guess there's nothing more to be said except I hope you have a wonderful Christmas, both of you.
Good night.
Rudy!
Yes, Mr. Katana?
What time is it?
A few minutes past 8,
And you're still here?
but I...
Do not contradict me. It's Christmas Eve. You have to be twice as fast. Am I asking for too much?
No, Mr. Katana.
All right then.
Hey everyone, I have some great news. I just got off the phone with the hospital, and they said that Mr. Modicek is feeling much better.
Oh, that's great.
Let's all get together and buy him a Christmas present.
Let's get him a little Christmas tree for his hospital room.
That's all very nice, but I think that the best thing that we could get him is a bare-looking shop with nothing in it but money in the register. Now come on, folks. Let's make this the biggest Christmas in Modicek and Company history.
All right.
Look, Clara, Miss Novak,
Yes, come here.
how are you feeling today?
I'm fine.
That's good. We're expecting terrific business, so it's going to be tough. But don't overdo it. Miss Novak.
Yes?
I was wondering if I could ask you for a favor. See, I was hoping to buy one of those ochicciorne boxes. But Mr. Kralik tells me you've got the last one that really works.
Yes, that's right. I bought it for my friend for Christmas. Mr. Peevich, do you think you can keep a secret?
Oh, on my word of honor.
On Monday, I may have a ring on my finger. You never know.
It's the young man that you're getting the box for. Oh, well, let's drop the whole subject. See, I just wanted to get one for my wife's uncle for Christmas.
Can't you get him something else?
Well, you see, it's not so simple. You see, I don't like him at all. As a matter of fact, I hate to spend a penny on him. But I must get him a present. So I think, if I must get him a present, I might as well get him something he will not enjoy. Now, the ochicciorne boxes, they're $2.29, and that's a lot of money. But it's worth it to ruin my wife's uncle's Christmas. Oh no, I'm so sorry. I forgot you always liked those boxes.
No, speak freely. If you were in my position, what would you get?
Well, that's hard to say.
What would you say except maybe the idea of a wallet?
Bullet, yes!
One of those important pictures?
Oh, that's exactly what I was thinking of. You cannot miss. If I were to get such a wallet, I would be one of the happiest. Oh, let me show you. Let me show you. See, on one side, I have a picture of my wife. And on the other, my little baby. And when I open it, it says, Papa! Not ochicciorne. All right. Ready? You get the bullet.
Mr. Modicek, what are you doing here? Since when are you back?
No, I'm not back, at least. I'm not supposed to be. I just couldn't stay in the hospital any longer. I've been in there for 2 weeks. You know the worst thing about it? The only bit of leather in there was my nurse's handbag. And you know where she got it? Bloshik and Company. Have you been to Bloshik and Company lately?
Oh, yes.
Tell me, what kind of business are they doing?
They're busy, but no comparison to this. Take it easy, Mr. Modicek. Don't overdo.
Ah, don't be a fool. I'm just here to see how the shop is going, and then I'll let you.
Merry Christmas, Mr.
Merry Christmas.
Do you think Eric would like that box?
I don't know. I'm not for sure.
Excuse me, ladies, I forgot my glasses. Could you tell me how much that box costs?
$24.50.
My, what values they have here! I wonder how Monotech's company do it.
If you don't know, Mr. Matashek, who should?
Hello, well, how much is it?
9,654 and 75.
Congratulations.
That's the best day since 28. You all should be very proud of yourselves. 2 hours ago, I was a very sick man, but you, Kralik, and you, Mr. Peerage, you're wonderful doctors. And you, Clara, Lona, and Flora, you're all delightful nurses. Betty, you know how I feel about you.
Yes, sir.
This morning, when I got the Christmas tree you all sent me, I was very moved. I read that note you sent me over and over, and it made me so happy to know you all missed me. I couldn't wait to get back. You're right. This is my home. I've worked here all my life. And what would Christmas be without bonuses? Kralik.
Thank you, sir.
Peppy.
Thank you, sir.
Modish. Laura. Luna. And Laura. Here, Rich. I've called you names on several occasions. When you see how much is inside, you'll know I didn't mean it.
Thank you, Mr. Matashek.
That's about it. Here, what's your name?
Rudy.
Good boy, good boy.
Here you go, Ruby.
Thank you, sir.
Don't think anything of it.
That's too much.
I want you all to go home and have a very Merry Christmas. We'll clean up tomorrow.
Merry
Thank you, Mr. Matashek.
Well, Kralik. 9,654.
And 75.
Well, I think I'm going to have some dinner at Bureau's. Care to join me?
Oh no, Mr. Monachek, that's way over my head.
Christmas only comes once a year. We'll break a bottle of champagne together.
Mr. Monachek, there's nothing I'd love more.
You have a previous engagement. Well, don't let me bother you. Have a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you too, sir.
Have a very Merry Christmas, Mr. Matchek.
Mr. Modish.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have any plans for
No,
tonight?
yes, Mr. Matchek. It's Christmas Eve. It would be a shame to spend Christmas Eve alone. Have a good day, Mr. Matchek.
Yes. Oh, Mr. Pirovich, probably having a big party at your house tonight.
Oh, yes, I would say so.
Inviting a lot of guests?
Oh, no. It's just me, my wife, my boy, and my little baby. It's all we need. We're very happy.
Oh, well, have a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Mr. Mother.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Monachek.
Tell your parents hello for me.
I will. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Can't leave the old place, can you, Mr. Montague?
You'd better get home to your parents, son. You're probably celebrating Christmas with them.
No. You see that girl over there?
Yes.
I'm your Santa Claus.
Oh my.
Mr. Matchek, I don't know how to thank you for that marvelous Christmas.
Oh, it was nothing. What's your name again?
Rudy.
Rudy. How old are you?
15.
15. That's a wonderful age. You've got your whole life ahead of you. You'd better not squander that money. Go home and give it to your parents.
My people don't know.
You have no relations here on Christmas Eve?
That's right.
Rudy, do you like chicken noodle soup?
I certainly do.
And roast goose stuffed with apples? And a side of red cabbage?
I'd love it.
And cucumber salad with sour cream, and a double portion of vanilla sauce and apple strudel.
Vanilla sauce sounds wonderful.
Well, let's go. Taxi!
I'm sure he'll like it.
I'm so glad.
I hope everything goes the way you want it to.
You too. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
I'll be out in just a minute.
No, that's all right. Take your time.
I decided to follow your advice after all.
You want to see something?
Oh, that's beautiful.
It is, isn't it?
Is that a real diamond?
Pretty near.
I didn't know you had a girlfriend.
Oh, I'm sure it's hard for you to imagine anyone could like a man of my type.
Let's not start all over. It's Christmas Eve and I'd like to be friends. Besides, you're wrong. When I first came into this shop, I couldn't take my eyes off of you. I had to tell myself, Clara Nova, what on earth is the matter with you? This Kralik is not a particularly attractive man. I hope you don't mind.
No, not at all.
There are moments I know you won't misconstrue what I'm about to say to you. After all, I am happily engaged. At least it looks that way.
Go on.
There are moments in the stockroom when you could have swept me off my feet.
Now I'm getting psychologically mixed up.
I was a rather naive girl then. All my knowledge came from books, and I just finished a book about a French actress who worked with Comedy Française. When she wanted to pique a man's interest, she treated him like a dog.
Yes, you treated me like a dog.
The only thing that I didn't realize was that she was with the Comedy Française and I was with Modest Chef and Company. Maybe we'll both be very engaged by Monday morning.
Well, I think we will.
I said in my case it might.
No, I can tell you in your case, it will happen.
How do you know?
Oh, let's not get into that.
Mr. Kralik, what do you mean?
Well, I might as well tell you. He came to see me last night.
Who?
Your fiancé. You shouldn't have told him who I was. I spent a rather uncomfortable hour. Apparently he didn't believe you when you said I meant nothing to you.
I can't get into my head. Coming to see you? That doesn't sound like him at all.
Well, I've straightened everything out. In a little while, you'll be Mrs. Popkin.
Popkin?
That's the name. That's the name he gave me.
That's right. Mr. Popkin. Popkin.
And I congratulate you. He's a very nice fellow.
I think he's a very attractive man, don't you?
For his type, I'd say so.
You would put him in a definite type, right?
Yes, and don't you go try to change him. I think that little stomach of his gives him a nice homey quality. That's what you want in a husband, isn't it?
That's what I want.
If I had to choose between a young, good-for-nothing with plenty of hair and a solid, mature citizen, I'd choose Matthias Popkin every time.
Anyway, he impressed you as being rather smart, right? He was pretty witty.
He struck me as rather down in the dumps, actually. But, it's unfair to judge a man when he's out of a job.
Out of a job? He never told me.
Well, that shows you how sensitive he is. But he feels confident that both of you can live on your salary.
Did you tell him how much I make?
He's your fiancé, and he asked. He was a little worried when I first told him how much you make, but then I told him I'd give you a raise, and he felt a little better. Let me tell you, mentioning that bonus of yours didn't do you any harm.
If you could just read his letters, such a lofty point of view. I could quote you passages.
Such as?
True love is to be two and yet one.
A man and a woman, blended together as angels, heaven itself. That's Victor Hugo. He stole that.
And I thought I was inspiration for all those beautiful thoughts. And I come to find out that he just copied them from the book. He probably didn't mean a single one of them.
I hate to think I'm spoiling your Christmas. I'm sorry you have to go through all of this.
No, I guess I have to thank you. We both have an engagement and we should get going.
Snowek, if I would have known in the beginning how you felt about me, things would have been different. We wouldn't have fought all the time. If we would have quarreled, it wouldn't have been over handbags and suitcases, but over whether your aunt or grandmother should live with us or not.
Mr. Kralik, please don't make this more difficult.
Do you know what I wish would happen? Tonight, when you're at that cafe, and you look up, instead of seeing Mr. Popkin, you'd see me.
Mr. Kralik.
And I would say, take your key and open up Post Office Box 237, and take me out of my envelope.
Mr. Kralik.
Your friend?
You? Dear friend?
Are you disappointed?
Psychologically, I'm very confused. But personally, I don't mind at all.